Welcome to today's episode of Heard and Seen Around. I am Rajesh Karipurath. This is my take on macroeconomic and geoeconomic data points, which I find interesting. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoyed curating it. Cheers.
An economist is an expert who will know tomorrow why the things he predicted yesterday didn't happen today. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Warren Buffett: if all the economists were laid end to end, they'd never reach a conclusion. Hardware: the parts of a computer system that can be kicked. A classic is something that everybody wants to have read and nobody wants to read.
South Korea's Kospi has crashed 44% in just 40 days, wiping out nearly $2 trillion in market value. What's remarkable is that only weeks earlier, it was up over 50% for the year, fueled by AI enthusiasm and record semiconductor investment. Now Seoul is stepping in with market stabilization measures. It's a classic reminder that markets can sprint far ahead of fundamentals, but eventually earnings have to catch up. AI is transforming industries, but even the hottest stories cannot permanently outrun valuation. As quickly as markets build skyscrapers, they sometimes remember they forgot these foundations. Saudi Arabia's East-West pipeline has quietly become one of Asia's most strategic energy lifelines. By bypassing the Strait of Hormuz, it keeps oil flowing even when geopolitical tensions flare. In May alone, China imported 774,000 barrels a day, followed by South Korea at 645,000, Japan at 452,000 and India at 387,000. Together, these four economies bought over 2.2 million barrels per day. With more than 5 million barrels per day now moving through Yanbu, this isn't just about oil, it's about energy security. Sometimes the most valuable route is the one that avoids the traffic. China now accounts for nearly 28% of global manufacturing, more than the US, Eurozone or Japan individually. And its share has more than tripled since 2004. Over the same period, the US has slipped from 22% to around 17%, while Japan's share has fallen to just 5%. Love it or question it, the world's supply chains still have a strong Chinese accent. Diversification is happening, but replacing decades of scale, infra and efficiency isn't a weekend project. Britain has had 7 prime ministers in a decade, and the revolving door has been spinning faster than many expected to. Liz Truss lasted just 49 days, while even leaders like Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak served relatively brief terms by historical standards. Frequent leadership changes can make long-term economic reforms and policy consistency harder to achieve. Governments may change quickly, but markets, businesses, and investors still crave one thing: predictability. Sometimes the toughest job isn't winning power, it's keeping it. The world's biggest beverage company isn't even close. Coca-Cola leads with a market value of $337 billion, nearly 60% larger than PepsiCo's $211 billion. Starbucks comes in third at $120 billion, while Monster Beverage, built largely on energy drinks, is worth an impressive $84 billion. The common thread: strong brands, global distribution, and customers who keep coming back. In consumer goods, loyalty isn't just refreshing, it's incredibly profitable. Turns out the most valuable ingredient isn't what's inside the bottle, it's what's inside the brand. India attracted a healthy $58.8 billion in FDI during FY26. But the real headline is concentration. Maharashtra led with $18.4 billion, followed by Karnataka at $12.9 billion. Together they pulled in $31.3 billion, more than half of India's total FDI flows. Delhi, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu and Haryana followed at some distance. Global investors aren't spreading bets evenly, they're tracking states with deep ecosystems, skilled talent and strong infra. In the race for foreign capital, momentum attracts even more momentum.